calendar. I would agree. I would put Masters weekend up there, but I was accused of being old because I like watching golf on television earlier. So Super Bowl, certainly. What else do you have there? But you get the full day yesterday. I think that's it, Curtis.
Well, today you get the same number of games. So Thursday, Friday are the best for me for the tournament. I'll watch the games as they go along, but by the time you get to the Elite Eight, there's only 2 games, and they're both standalone. The fun to me is like the back and forth to different games, seeing buzzer beaters, seeing close games. I love when teams like Duke get down early, like the stress and anxiety. That was, a 6-point lead for Siena deep into the second half.
Yeah.
Which would have been spectacular. Do you still root against Duke without Coach K, or does that, luster gone?
I think that luster is kind of gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't rooted against Duke since, I think the early 90s teams, Bobby Hurley and Christian Laettner, that was the really hatred time of that.
Right, against the Fab Five.
Yeah, so, and then it kind of waned.
Yeah, for me, the first NFL game weekend of the season is awesome, just to see everything back out there. Opening day, I would probably put this ahead of opening day.
You would?
Yeah.
Fab Five is a good 30 for 30. I don't know if you've seen that one or not.
I don't know if there was another collection of college athletes that did more to change the sports world than the Fab Five. It revealed all these culture issues with how people perceive these guys. They had the whole the basketball short was no longer short.
Yeah, it took away, and you left the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson short era. I mean, we wore our black sneakers in high school. I remember, because of the Fab Five, the black sneakers with the low tops with the ankle socks, so you couldn't really see the socks, because that's kind of what they did in the Fab Five. So
that's how that trend began.
Yeah, they definitely was some culture setter. So
I'm trying to start the trend of the New Balance white sneakers for the olds.
My favorite thing about the Twitch chat, I just said that about the Fab Five. Pump Veto. Agree, Curtis. So beyond basketball what they did. Clap back. Literally the next one. What, Curtis? You're so hyperbolic. That guy says I'm unhappy, and he sits there complaining the whole time. Go outside. Go on a nature walk.
Because that's what maybe ruined, college basketball, because now kids were going to school for 1 year and they were going straight to the NBA, or some kids, weren't even going to college. They were going straight from high school. So I think that
when the NBA changed it to be 18 plus draft wise or whatever, that changed.
That's what really probably changed it more for me than anything, because you don't see those teams no more. And you kind of, and then you just lose. Now, I was interested to see what the kid AJ the Bonster was going to do this year, because you heard his name, but he's probably one and done.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to when I was really into college basketball in the early 2000s. You had God Shamgod at Providence. You had Scooney Penn. You had these guys that you watched that competed in the Big East against each other and created these rivalries. Right. You knew the coaches, you knew the fans.
And they weren't one and dones, though, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what it was. I remember going to BC Providence at the Dunk in Providence. Basketball was awesome. One of the great environments I've ever been a part of. It's just gone. I mean, Boston College is a big reason why, because we suck. And we've sucked for so bad that it's the biggest team in town for college basketball, and it's just been not only bad, it's just it's irrelevant.
Billy Curley got any kids that might be going there?
I got to go back to point shaving over there, Curtis.
Oh, that's the 70s. Let's get fresh. And we could, because Bruce Pearl was a part of that. He could be the next head coach.
But I think that's what it was for me, Greg, is the NBA rule. And I don't knock those kids for, if they're talented enough to bypass college or anything like that. But, that kind of took away from, these teams building, players out throughout their 3 or 4 years in college.
Well, 14,000 brackets somehow still alive. And I don't know how many have High Point advancing tomorrow night. I think John Calipari and those guys will have something to say about that.
I will be wagering a ton of money on Arkansas. You can act appropriately from there. Fade or follow however you see.
They were up by 100 at halftime yesterday.
Arkansas is awesome. That team is so good. They were crushing Hawaii, and they were 2 of 13 from 3 at halftime. Didn't matter.
Is there going to be a next generation of coaches? Because it's still Calipari, Pitino, Tom Izzo.
Yeah, I know.
It's wild.
Yeah, those guys. That, I
Well,
mean,
you said that the other day. Were you saying that you think there would be more interest if there were younger coaches? Like,
No, I'm saying that, like, to me, the biggest stars of the tournament are the coaches. They're the only guys I know from year to year.
well, especially like a guy like Calipari, he's been able to do it at multiple schools. Like some of those coaches, like Izzo's been at Michigan State forever, right?
Right.
And you start to see like how they're able to adjust and evolve with the new college basketball game. They were successful, they were successful back in the days, and some of these guys are still successful now, which is it's really cool. It's cool and interesting to see. Like Rick Pitino, Rick Pitino and St. John's, like how he was been able to turn, like, it was a good program. They fell off, and then he kind of turns it around, and and he's always.
Does he ever guest lecture when it comes to the restaurant etiquette course at High Point?
Yeah, always be brief.
Oh, man.
By the way, Siena, which is where Rick Pitino was before St. John's, almost beat Duke. You almost said, it's wild.